Hi guys, thanks for hanging in there with me last night in our video session. After we signed off, I stared at this problem for a while and thought about when I first looked at it, it seemed so simple. And what I was doing and what is probably the most common mistake you can make with these is I was overthinking it because all you really have to look at here is average variable cost. And that is the key to the answer. So if we compute that, which I did right here, we can see that the average variable cost curve is U-shaped because it starts off at a 20, drops down to 13.3, and then goes back up to a 20. So if we just picture this curve right here in our head, we can see a curve that looks very much like this average cost curve right here. Let me do this real quick. Let's see, order. Okay, so there's three things that we need to really understand in order to answer this question easily and quickly. The first thing is in a perfectly competitive industry, the firm will always produce where price equals marginal cost. So what happens is the price is set by the firm and the price is set by the market and the firm is a price taker and they're going to set their quantity at a point wherever price equals marginal cost. So if we go back down into our graph right here and think about that, actually I had this before. Let me just do this real quick. So we think about where our quantity is going to be. The firm has a choice in where it produces in terms of quantity. Does not have a choice in the price. So if the price is up here, then the firm is going to produce where marginal cost equals price here. And they're going to be able to, their price is going to be over their average variable cost, so they're going to operate in the short run. If the price is here, and that is the point where marginal cost equals average total cost, then they're going to make zero economic profit. So we know that the firm takes the price wherever it is and just matches it up with their production where their quantity produced ends up making the price equal marginal cost. So they're going to be somewhere on this curve. Now, if we think about what this problem gives us right here, the problem gives us the average the total variable cost and the daily output, so the quantities. So we can compute very easily the average variable cost and see that it at least goes down to 13.3. We don't really know what happens in between. We know it's dropping and then at some point it comes back up. So we don't know for sure if 13.3, well, yes, we do, because they can only produce 3 or 4, that they can't produce a 3.5. So we know that the minimum point of the average variable cost curve is $13.3. So we know that they're only going to shut down if the marginal cost is below this. And in order for the marginal cost to be below 13.3, then the price has to be below 13.3. Okay, so the firm will shut down only if we're down here somewhere. So it's really simple. So if this is 13.3 right here at the average variable cost minimum point, we know that is where the marginal cost equals average variable cost. We know that's where it crosses. A marginal cost always intersects the average variable cost curve at the average variable cost curve's lowest point. And I should say variable here. Well, it's also true with total, but I'll just put in it's true with both. Okay. So since we know that in order for this firm to shut down, the price has to be below the lowest point on the average variable cost curve here, then we know the price has to be below 13.3. So the tricky part of this question really is that what they're asking is, what is the best answer? What is the best answer? Okay. So the best answer is going to be the lowest, because if it falls below, obviously 13.3 is below all of these. But what they're saying is which is the lowest one that it can fall below. So this is a trick. The wording is a tricky. It says based on the cost and output data in the table above, a perfectly competitive firm will shut down if price falls below. And the only answer that you could put here is 15, because 13.3, which is the average, the lowest average variable cost we get when we divide 40 by 3 right here. So if it's below 13.3, it's got to be below 15. So that is the most correct answer in this problem. So that is the key. Okay, the key is understanding that that the price, in order for the firm to shut down, the marginal cost or price has to be below the lowest point of the average variable cost curve. And I'm sorry I didn't say that more clearly last night. That's a tricky problem. But if you just think about the curves and where the price is for shutdown, then you can see it pretty easily. Okay.